Here we have the current stock market update for MicroCloud Hologram Incorporated, stock ticker HOLO. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So I was not going to do an update for this stock today. I was going to give it a little bit of a rest, but I saw a comment from somebody saying something like, "Thank God I didn't listen. This stock killed it today. It went to the moon." I'm not adversarial with this guy. I don't have a problem with this guy, but none of that is correct here, and I will be explaining why that is the case. Currently, what we can see here is that the share price did change. One thing that can be noted here, but as we can see, the new price high for the stock currently comes in at $8.19. So we're just going to go through this and explain why this price movement is not as significant as it might seem, and why it's actually destructive in many ways. So we'll explain why all of that is the case very quickly. So to the downside, we just want to sort of define support and resistance here. So to the downside, we're looking at $4.50 and this price movement lower. So here we have our sort of near-term range here, 450 on the downside and 819 on the top side. Pretty easy to understand, pretty straightforward. Okay, so why exactly did all this price movement happen? Well, when we see reverse stock splits, what we're really looking at is market manipulation, and it's not always such a negative thing. In some cases, it's really the effect that it serves is that it makes a stock or a share price more easily accessible for retail investors. Recent examples of that have been seen in Nvidia, for example. Broadcom did that recently. Supermicro Computer also did that recently, sort of making the share price a bit more accessible so that it's easier to own a full share. Well, in this case, what we saw was the exact opposite that occurred here. We saw a reverse split. So here we're seeing share prices actually grow in value. So what effect does this have? Well, in my opinion, what the effect that this has is that it sort of cons the market into thinking that the stock is more valuable than it really is. I mean, now you're not dealing with a stock that's 20 cents per share. Now you're dealing with a stock that could be as much as $8. Now, what effect does this actually have on the underlying fundamentals, on the company itself, and even on the share price itself? The reality is that it has absolutely no impact whatsoever. We still see the exact same trend waves here, the exact same price movements, and all that you're doing with these stocks is it's the same pie, but you're sort of just cutting up the pie a little bit differently. The pie itself is exactly the same. There is no change to the stock. It can have a psychological effect, and I do think that that's what occurred here. But this guy, praising Jesus or whatever he was doing, thanking the Lord Almighty that he didn't sell out of the position is ridiculous. And I'll explain and I'll show why that is the case quite quickly right here. Watch, this is like a magic trick. Okay, so just all we're doing here is just zooming out a little bit on the price chart. What effect has all of this actually had on share prices? Almost none. And what we can see here is that the succession of price highs here continues to move in the downward direction. These are not positive developments here. Okay, and this is completely artificially inspired optimism here. There's nothing amazing about what happened today. Okay. And I don't have any problem with the guy that made the comment. I hope you get out of this ridiculous stock trade with as much money as you possibly can. Okay. I don't have a problem with that guy. He's not as bad as most of the other commenters. Believe me, they can lose all, they could lose all their money as far as I'm concerned. But I don't have a problem with this guy specifically. He wasn't being combative or adversarial or anything like that. And I hope he gets out of the trade with as much money as possible. Okay. But the reality here is that nothing has changed. All that we've got is a little bit of it artificially inspired. This is a little bit of a sugar high here. Share prices did spike up a little bit here, but we're already starting to see that reverse in the opposite direction. I mean, once people realize that this doesn't have any effect on the stock that you're buying, those people are going to start to throw in the towel very quickly, and they're going to move on to stocks that actually have an opportunity to make a sustainable price movement to the top side. He also said something else about how the stock went to $100 and nobody was expecting that either. Seriously, if he does believe that the stock is going to $100, then he does deserve to lose money. I'll reverse what I said. Okay. If you're that deluded that you really believe that this stock is going to $100, then there's no saving you. There's nothing anybody can do to help you at that point. Okay, the stock is not going to $90. This was an artificially influenced rally that we saw here. It wouldn't have occurred if we didn't see this reverse stock split, and that doesn't do anything to change the situation in any way. You got a little bit of a sugar high here. Some dumb money is moving into the stock at the moment, but that's quickly reversing. So my recommendation here for this trade, if you see this, take your money right now and run. Just either never invest in the stock market again, because maybe you have no business doing that, or you can join a reputable trading group like the members only section of the Pro Stock Markets channel. Okay, I understand that some of you don't like me personally and you probably don't trust me, but I'm not going to risk losses and all of the other members just so that I can give you a bad trade or something like that. So I would recommend taking your money for this stock now as quickly as possible, because this thing is going to reverse lower and you're going to continue to see lower highs here. Okay, this is not a positive development. This is a sugar high that all of this has done here is confirmed that the next low is going to be even lower. I mean, this price chart is going to continue to move in the negative direction. There is nothing in today's events that would change the outlook in any way. Absolutely nothing. Okay, and this stock is not going to $100 just because nobody expects it. Are you kidding? Is that really the rationale here? There are far better stocks that are trading well below $100 that nobody expects to go to $100. I don't even know what to say to this. Just because nobody expects it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't. So my recommendation here would be to use this price spike here as an opportunity to get out of the trade, because the next price spike is going to be even lower than this. It's going to look something more like this. And then the next time they find a way to con people into thinking about, the stock in a positive way, the price spike is going to be even lower. It's just going to continue to move lower. There's no way around this. The stock is headed to zero. Here's the current stock market update from MICROCLOUD HOLOGRAM, stock ticker HOLO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.